Having joined the Thameslink service at City Thameslink, you'll be driving the very fast service to Orpington, where it will terminate. But passengers here first and prepare the train for departure before heading south. So we're going to Orpington via Catford. So the first thing to do is put the master key in.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Reset the AWS, acknowledge the train faults, DRA off.
Driver, you have reset the DRA. Please check the signal.
And isolate the driver finish device and TNU for the doors. Hang on. Yeah, you might have noticed the software in the top right. That's the new Class 700 announcements. So our PAS code is 2562. So if I go over here, select all other routes because this is the Chatham main line. So our PS code is 2562. Select service. And it will come up with our service information, last known location, and our calling points. So if I press TNU,
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is City Thameslink. This train terminates at Orpington. We will be calling at London Blackfriars, Elephant and Castle, Denmark Hill, Peckham Rye, Catford, Bellingham, Bromley South, Petts Wood and Orpington.
it will announce our service and calling pattern. You can also see these two arrows. This indicates where we currently are. So as we get on our way to Orpington, the arrows will change, which I think is pretty cool. So it's Watson City Thameslink. Next stop will be London Blackfriars, which is coming up right now. This is where we cross over the River Thames and enter South London.
We will shortly be arriving at London Blackfriars. Change here for the Circle and District lines. Exit here for riverboat services from Blackfriars Pier, the South Bank and the Tate Modern. The doors will open automatically at the next station.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is London Blackfriars. This train terminates at Orpington. We will be calling at Elephant and Castle, Denmark Hill, Peckham Rye, Catford, Bellingham, Bromley South, Petts Wood and Orpington.
So as in Blackfriars, next stop will be Orpington Castle. So the line going to the left is the Thameslink route towards London Bridge, and the Brighton Main Line towards Brighton through East Croydon and Gatwick. We continue straight on towards the Chatham Main Line, towards Herne Hill and Orpington Castle. Speed limit is going up to 50 miles an hour. Also, current time is 6:20 AM, so it's a bit quiet. Yeah, I meant the scenario during the night time because I wanted to test the enhancement plugin. But also, I haven't during the night scenario in ages. Also, I like winter, so yeah. Interesting. You don't really get a lot of night scenarios, mainly because they don't really stream well. Because I don't think anybody would be that interested if you're looking at a scenario.
We will shortly be arriving at Elephant and Castle. Change here for the Bakerloo and Northern lines.
Yeah, if you're looking at a scenario and all you can see is just darkness. Well, at least on the Chatham Main Line, all the stations are well lit and close together, so you don't really get that much pitch black. So arrival into Elephant Castle.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Elephant and Castle. This train terminates at Orpington. We will be calling at Denmark Hill, Peckham Rye, Catford, Bellingham, Bromley South, Petts Wood and Orpington.
This is a security announcement. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
So the scenario is called T Lima 93, the 0558 West Thameslink to Orpington. On the speed limit morning, you'll be finishing the Thameslink service to Orpington via Catford. So this is set in 2016. So this is when the 700s were new. And Thameslink had a mixture of 319s, 377s, 387s, and 700s. And of course today, all the Thameslink's fleet is just 700s. 319s went to Northern and West Midlands trains. Some for storage, some were converted to 769s, and I think a couple were converted for hydrogen tests. 377s went to South Eastern, and 387s went to Great Northern. To replace the 365s. So approaching Loughborough Junction. Good indication to the left towards Denmark Hill. So we can go around the Catford loop. Station up ahead is Loughborough Junction, which only has lines on this line, and the lines on our line are disused. So the lines going just on go towards Herne Hill and Sutton via Mitcham, and we go left towards Denmark Hill, the Catford Loop, London Bridge on the overground route, and at Nunhead the line goes off again straight on towards Lewisham and right towards Catford. And yes, the London is basically just a massive mess of different lines going here, there and everywhere. So now joining the line from London Victoria, used by Southeastern. And overground and and overground trains from Clapham. And it also started snowing. So up ahead is Denmark Hill.
We will shortly be arriving at Denmark Hill. Change here for London Overground and other national rail services. Alight here for services to London Victoria.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Denmark Hill. This train terminates at Orpington. We will be calling at Peckham Rye, Catford, Bellingham, Bromley South, Petts Wood and Orpington.
Okay, next stop will be Peckham Rye, where we'll leave the overground route and head right towards Nunhead.
We will shortly be arriving at Peckham Rye. Change here for London Overground and other national rail services.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Peckham Rye. This train terminates at Orpington. We will be calling at Catford, Bellingham, Bromley South, Petts Wood and Orpington.
So the software itself. So the software was developed by Jonathan Davis. It's currently available on ATS for £6.99 if you're not subbed, and £5.99 if you are subbed. So if you have the sub, so you get a pound discount. So next up is Catford. I don't know everything about the software, but I do know that it was made in C++. And the software is based on the train's coordinates. So, in the back end, you can access the Rail Driver DLL file in your plugins folder, and you can extract data about the train. You can extract if it's in a tunnel, where it's longitude and latitude coordinates, and several other things via its controllers. So what the announcement plugin software does is checks where the player is. So from the DLL, as I said, you can extract the train's longitude and latitude, and you can compile a database, like a CSV file, that contains the coordinates for approaching a station, at the station, and departing the station. So if the train's coordinates matches the coordinates of a station or approach or departure, you can play a sound file. Which I think is pretty cool on the back end. On the front end, I'm not really sure what used. I mean, if I made an announcement plugin, I'd probably use Windows Forms application in Visual Studio. Because the announcement plugin is mostly just back-end stuff. I'm speeding. And you don't necessarily have to worry about the front end too much, because front end is just a bunch of components that you can put together onto a form. I don't have to worry about things like CSS. There's like the announcement software also has, I think it's hundreds and hundreds of different calling patterns. So I think the routes supported are the Midland Main Line, East Coast Main Line, between London and Peterborough and Ely and Cambridge. The Chatham Main Line, and basically everywhere else that 700 has been to.
We will shortly be arriving at Catford. Change here for services from Catford Bridge.
So arrival into Catford.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Catford. This train terminates at Orpington. We will be calling at Bellingham, Bromley South, Pettswood and Orpington.
So speed limit went down to 40 miles an hour.
We will shortly be arriving at Bellingham.
Yeah, it went down to 40 miles an hour, and we are now approaching Bellingham, where a bunch of sidings are. Which is by Thameslink. I think it's Thameslink and South Eastern. I think it's like a stabling point. Because I think the only other place that Thameslink will store their trains will either be... I know there's one at Bedford. I think Brighton at Lovers Walk.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Bellingham. This train terminates at Orpington. The next station is Bromley South.
Again, not too sure what happened with the sky, but I think it's fixed itself. Anyway, next stop is Bromley South. So Charlotte will be passing through Ravensbourne, and then after that will be Charlton's Junction. We'll join the Chatham Main Line from Victoria through Herne Hill and Beckenham Junction. So along to the right, join up with the up and down fasts. Going towards Bromley South, and rejoin the slow lines through Shortlands. So now joining the main Chatham Main Line. Passing through Shortlands. The good thing about this part of the line is that the fast lines are the lines we're on, and the slow lines are the ones on the left and on the left. I'm not too sure why, but I think it has something to do with trains on our line taking priority. You know, decades ago. Something like that. Now we're approaching Bromley South.
We will shortly be arriving at Bromley South. Change here for other National Rail services.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Bromley South. This train terminates at Orpington. We will be calling at Pettswood and Orpington.
So coming up on Bickley, which we're not boxed to stop at. But we will soon be going right towards Orpington on the southeastern main line. Cautiously approaching the danger aspect, and it has cleared. So we're cleared to come off the Chatham main line and towards Orpington. This speed limit, 30, 50, 70. So almost straight on is the Chatham main line towards Chatham, Faversham, Dover, Ramsgate. And we go right towards Orpington, Sevenoaks, Tonbridge, and I think Ashford eventually. On the right is the southeastern main line from London Bridge and Charing Cross in Cannon Street.
We will shortly be arriving at Pettswood.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Pettswood. The next station is Orpington, our final destination.
So our next and final stop will be Orpington. Just need to wait for train to leave before we can enter. And we cleared the station, cleared into platform 6. So Orpington is just up ahead.
We will shortly be arriving at Orpington, our final destination. Thank you for travelling with us. Please remember to take all your belongings with you when you leave the train. Change here for other National Rail services.
So as the announcement said, this is the end of the line, which is also where the video ends. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this run from City Thameslink to Orpington. Like the video, subscribe. Go buy the announcement plugin, it's available in ATS. I'll leave a link to it in the description along with the scenario and the route. So you need to make sure not to trip the TPWS. Arrival into Orpington.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This station is Orpington. This train terminates here. All change. Please ensure that you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train.